Hey, what's going on, man? Oh, like I said before, I probably say that every time. I need to come up with something different to say. So, all right. Have you guys ever done something that you kind of knew when you were doing it that it was stupid, and you just kept doing it anyways? Oh, yeah, yeah. You would think at my age, right, 63, you would think that I'd be smart enough to know not to do what I did. Uh, I'm paying the price for it now. Okay, so what I did, I was shop backing a couple of areas downstairs here. I'm downstairs in my house in the basement, and I was using the shop vac to clean up some areas where okay, so the original stairs in this house, okay, so it was a certain place in a certain way, and somebody changed the way the stairs are. So, anyways, there was a couple of spots over by the stairway in the laundry room that it's just like a hole. And so I said, okay, they've been like that since we've lived here. We've been here almost 8 years. And I remember when we first moved in, I told my wife that I was going to fill those holes up with cement, which is an easy thing because it's just a hole, in the floor. And you just pour cement in there, right? It don't have to be nothing fancy or anything. You just got to plug up the hole. So, anyways, I took my shop vac, and I was shop vacuuming, sucking up all kinds of dirt and stuff that was in those holes. And I looked up and I said, wow. So I don't think something's quite right because it looks real dusty, like cloudy. It looks cloudy in here. And okay, that's bad enough right there, right? That's bad enough. But I didn't, for some reason, I wasn't smart enough to say, let's don't do that no more. Hey, what's going on? I wasn't smart enough to say, let's don't do that no more. Let's find out why it's doing that. Oh no. No, I had to do it again. So I done it again. I sucked up some more, and I looked up and I said, something ain't right. Oh my God, something ain't right, dude. Something's not going on here. So I took the shop vac apart, and the bag, it has a bag in there, like a vacuum bag. Well, that bag had ripped. So all that shit that was in there, all the stuff that was in there, the dirt and the dust and all that crap was blowing everywhere. So yeah, it went literally everywhere down in this basement. So everything down here has a thin layer of dust on it. I mean, everything. Nothing got left out, man. You can see it's all over my, like this guitar stand right here. You can see it's got dust on it. So, if you want to look at it on the bright side, everything's gonna get a good cleaning. Well, I'm still working on it. I've been dusting a few things here and there. But the other side is my wife's sewing room. And I'm going to clean it up over there a little bit later so she don't see it. Because she might not like that. She's probably going to get a little upset with me. Oh well. You know, you live and you learn. You hopefully you learn. You could keep a secret. All right, that's cool. Um, so a little something I wanted to share with you guys today is we have COVID in our town, and luckily, okay. So my wife works in a nursing home here in town, and everybody in there except for one person has COVID. The one person doesn't come out of his room very often, so he's kind of like isolated, and he didn't get COVID. The rest of them, they come out, and they come out like in the common areas, you know, to eat and all that stuff. So everyone over there's got COVID. This is green tea. Very healthy for you. Oh my God. A little bit of CBD oil and some green tea and you're on your way. So anyways, my wife was telling me this a couple of days ago, that they had COVID upstairs. And then I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I usually text her on her break, you know, say, hey, break time. And she said, I'm coming home. I said, why are you coming home? She said, because I tested positive for COVID. Oh, shit. So my wife is home, and she's upstairs. I'm telling you, man, this dust got literally everywhere. But anyways, my wife is upstairs sick with COVID. No, this is the second time that she's had COVID. And she's been vaccinated, like, probably, I don't know. Oh, wow. You can see the dust on that rag even. My wife has had COVID twice. This is the second time that she had COVID. It's really hard on those people that work in those nursing homes because people from outside, they come in visiting and they give one of them COVID, and the next thing you know, everybody's got COVID. Okay, let's see what we got going on in here today. But I told her I was going to come down and mess around with my guitars for a little while. But I promised her I wouldn't make too much racket. She's not sleeping, but she is, she's actually watching TV and I think knitting. She's making something. So, anyways, what is going on with you guys? What's going on with everybody today? Gotta sleep. Good night, Grandpa. Good night. See ya. Dang it. Didn't I turn that up? Didn't I turn that on? Let me see. I do have everything on. What's going on here? Okay, something didn't happen, right? I got everything. Oh, I got my tuner on. That's why. When you got your tuner on, you don't get no volume out of your... I tell you, using one of these tuners that hooks up to your pedal board, they are very, very touchy. So it takes a little time to get used to using one of those. The B and the E, the high E and the B, they work better than any of them. But You have to get used to using one. That's for sure. Okay. So, what are you guys doing? Getting a little loud over here. I'm trying to get some distortion, but I don't want to get too loud. Let's see, how can we do this? All right, we got a little distortion going on here. You think I'm out of tune? I just tuned it. Like I say, these tuners that you have on your pedal board, they're touching. You're right, it was a little bit out of tune. Let's see what we got now. Okay, so if you're good enough to know that I was out of tune, do you know your modes? I have been working on the modes. I know this is backwards, but what it says is modes unleashed. Okay, so we went through the Ionian mode and a little solo that comes with that. We went through the Dorian mode and a solo that comes with that. Okay, now today we're going to do the Phrygian minor mode. Okay, Phrygian minor mode. All of these modes. How are my glasses? Oh, my glasses aren't too clean either. Oh well, we'll power through it, man. The guitar is not. It can't tune. What the hell? All right, whatever. I kind of know what you're saying, and you're probably right. If you're talking about like where you do it from the 12th fret, you probably are right. This guitar's never been professionally set up, but I just never took the time, honestly, to do it. Is that what you're talking about? Where you go from the 12th fret and then you raise these things? Trust me, I do that. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Long time no see, brother. I do know what you're talking about. Okay? And I kind of looked into it. A couple of weeks ago, I was watching some videos on how you can take and file down the nut, right? You file it down, saddle adjustment, yeah, and you adjust it here with the saddle, and you do it from the 12th fret, and when you go from the 12th fret, I'm not for sure, is that how you do it, like that? And then you have to tune this by turning these? Is that what you're talking about? Let me see. Let's take a look at it. That didn't work too good, my friend. That didn't work too good at all. Do you know what this guy's talking about, Mike? I do know what you're saying, but I don't know if I got the right skill to do that, to be honest with you. Because now it's on an F. Yeah, when I bought this guitar, I didn't have nobody set it up. And I've done a lot of work on this guitar since then. I've had this thing apart several times. But I do know what you're saying. I don't really recognize that word that you're saying, but I know what you're saying. That's pretty close right there. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know it. Okay. I do know what you guys are talking about, and I have watched a bunch of videos on that. I don't know, man. It's pretty close. The E was off a lot, but the A's not off. The A's on the money. And the D's not bad either. But I will kind of disagree with you on one thing. To say that it can't be tuned, um, it's not off very bad. Because I tune it every day before I play, and it's not ever off that much. Yeah, it's not off it much at all. Just a hair. Have you guys ever seen that video with Joe Walsh? How he takes the strings and pulls them way up? Says you gotta stretch the strings. Yeah, he's working on a Les Paul, I think it is, a Les Paul. And he's pulling, he changes, it doesn't show him changing the strings, but he said these are new strings. And it still wasn't off very bad. It was off a hair. But it's funny, Joe Walsh takes these strings and he pulls them way, way up, man. I mean, like 6 inches, just grabs them and pulls them up. I said, man, that guy's, that's a little crazy. This screwdriver is almost a little too big for that. There we go. All right, we're a little too high on that. You guys know how to tune the guitar with the by doing with the harmonics? Have you ever watched? I'm sure you guys will watch someone do it. This thing is still too high. This one's been off quite a bit. Ah, almost there. See, I do know what you guys are talking about. I just never took the time to do it. It's almost there. Let me see. Am I doing it the wrong way? I think I'm doing it the wrong way. Nope. So what's going on, Mike? You're not working today? I'm gonna mess with this a little later, guys. But honestly, they're not off too far. They're off a little bit, but not bad. That beast don't want to get in the right way. But I think I'm tightening that thing instead of loosening it. I think I'm going the wrong direction on that. Nope. I was not going the wrong direction. I was going the right direction. Hang on, guys. The screwdriver is not a very good screwdriver for doing that. Anyways, we'll come back to this later. I'd never really taken the time to do that, to be honest with you. There's a lot that you can do to a guitar. Believe me, there's a lot. Just my thoughts. Have fun. You're all right, man. I appreciate it. It's all good. I appreciate what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Let me get a cough drop. I know what you're saying. I never really took the time to do it. And honestly, I think maybe a few years ago I did do that. Because it's not off too bad. And I got the string set. I got the string set to my likings. I got the pickup set the way I like them. So yeah, man, we're good. Everything's good. I plan on building me a guitar. Left-handed screwdriver, probably. It probably is, man. It probably is. You're picky? That's okay, man. How's this sound? Does that sound like it's in tune now? The other thing I was saying is that this tuner that I'm using, it's a chromatic. You know, it's the Boss chromatic tuner. They are touchy. They are very touchy. And a lot of times, if I tune a guitar to this tuner, and then I get a clamp-on tuner, a snark, it'll be just a little off. But for the most part, so that's pretty close. I got some distortion on there, man. So I don't know, you guys know this or not. I know, Mike, you know it. I go to nursing homes. You use a pitch black in my rack for now. I use a, what the hell is that? What the hell's a pitch black in my rack? Oh, you're talking about for your pedal board. I got you. I got you, brother. So, I know that some of you guys know that I put on shows at nursing homes. And what I do is I just pick really easy songs and I play along with the music because I can't sing. And it works out good. I mean, the people love it, you know. I usually do about 20-25 songs in an hour to an hour and a half. Depending on how, you know, if they let me play for an hour and a half, I will. I'm already there. I'm into it, you know. By then, by 20th song, I'm already wound up, man. The adrenaline's going. Another 5 songs to me. Let's do it. But I had this problem, 2 problems, that I'm getting to the point where I've overcome those 2 problems, but that's 2 problems still. Is that too much glare, guys? Let me see. Maybe that's not enough light. These, hang on. Ah, damn it! I don't like to hit stuff with my guitar, guys. I'm gonna forget what I was saying now, but I'm gonna try to adjust this light a little bit. What do you think? Does that make it better or worse? Not good, huh? It's hard to get a good lighting, man, I'll tell you. It really is hard. And don't let me forget what I was going to tell you guys. Okay, let's try it like that. Let's see how that does. Not too bad. Can you guys deal with that? Okay, I got you, man. I'll check that out, Mike. Okay, so anyways, I had 2 things that I just I kept, like, before each show I'd say, okay, make sure you tune your guitar about halfway through the show. Take the time to tune your guitar. And it took me a very long time to actually settle down enough. Because what happens is I get like overly excited and overly like, you know, you're sitting there in front of like, I don't know, anywhere from, usually it's about 15 to about 20, 25 people, depending on how big the nursing home is. And, hang on just a second. You do get that adrenaline going, you know? You get the nervousness and the adrenaline and everything. So, I would play the whole show, and at the end of the show, I'd say, damn it, I didn't tune my guitar during the middle like I wanted to. A lot of times I would check my guitar, and I gotta tell you, on my Acoustasonic, it stays in tune. Really good. Real good. better than my Stratocaster, way better. The Stratocaster goes out of tune real easy when you start bending the strings. I got 9s on it, so I don't know if the thicker strings. I'm gonna go on a limb and say maybe the thicker strings wouldn't go out of tune as easy, and maybe that's why some guys use a little thicker string. But anyways, I got 9s on it, and it does go out of tune pretty easy. The B and the E string. Okay, so anyways, the last show that I put on was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. I put on a show. I actually got a little bit upset because the lady kept telling me I was playing too loud. And I said, well, if you wouldn't set the people so close to me, you know, they're literally like 10 feet away from where I'm sitting. They need to be back, you know, away from me, because you got them sitting too close to me. Anyways, I did stop and tune my guitar halfway through. It was in tune, but it was an accomplishment, you know. I said, wow, man, this is the second show that I actually stopped in the middle of the show and tuned my guitar. So it took me almost 2 years. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Okay, the other thing was, don't act like you made a mistake when you make a mistake. Because a lot of times, well, especially in the nursing home for what I'm doing, people don't usually know that you made a mistake unless you get a really big mistake, like, you know, people just hear it, right? But for the most part, when you make a little mistake, you know, let's say you hit a B instead of a B flat, or, you know, an A instead of an A minor, right? People don't usually notice that. But it's so hard to not make an expression when you make a mistake. I call it my mistake face, right? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? When you make a mistake and you go, or something like that, or, oh, damn it. You know, just something. I remember one show, and I don't know why, but for some reason I was overly nervous. I don't know if there were people in there. Sometimes there's people visiting their relatives, and I know that they're more like in tune with what's going on in the world, that they know, like, they can hear like a mistake. And I get nervous because I know that they're more like watching me and listening to me. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing is when I do, when I'm playing, my wife is recording me, and then I take those videos and put them on YouTube. So there's a little pressure going on there. I try not to think about her recording me, and I just get in a zone and I just do my thing. Alan Walker. Faded is an challenge from you from India. Okay, whatever that means, that's okay with me. I guess as long as it's good. So, anyways, the last couple of shows that I've done, I have got my mistake face down to almost nothing. And the last show that I did, I actually pulled it off without making a face. Oh, I had never heard of that before. So, and I can't do cover music on a live video because they'll tag my video and I won't get no credit for it. But what we are working on, okay, for you guys that are into guitars, what we're working on today is the Phrygian mode. Did I say it right? Phrygian? Phrygian mode. Okay? This is the Phrygian mode. If you want to do a search on it, you'll find it real easy. Just, you know, type in the Phrygian mode, and you're going to find it. The Phrygian mode is a modes are extensions of scales. That's what they are. They're like an extension of the pentatonic. They have the pentatonic in that scale. There's just a few extra notes. So by looking at this, let's see, we're on the 7th fret, and I would say that this is it kind of looks like a box 1. Are we on the 7? Oh, we're on the 7, 8, 10. I don't know, Mike, what do you think? Let's play it. 7, 7, let's see, where are we at? Okay, 7, 8, 10. 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10. 7, 9, 10. 7, 9, 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. And then, this is hard to read this and play it. 8, 7, 10, 10, 8, 7, 10, 8, 7. I do know the mode though. Okay, I think it does look a lot like the box 1, but if you go like we did 5 and then 1, so this is going to be, I guess, box 2. Yeah. That's definitely a box 2. So, I don't even know any of Justin Bieber's songs. Anyways, so that, my friends, is the Phrygian minor mode. So, there's a lot to dig into when it comes to the pentatonics and the modes. There's a lot to learn. Because any box, any pattern, got a guitar out. Oh, okay, cool, brother, cool, man, that's cool. But any scale can either be played in a minor or a major. It just depends on where you're playing it. Okay, so I'm giving you an example. Right here. This is the easiest, this is the most common, this is the one that everyone knows the most. This is box 1 in the A minor, okay? And you're going to start on the A, ta-da, okay? And you're going to go with the 5 and then the 8. See how I'm doing that? Wait, guys, hang on. Sorry about that. Let's take a look so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5. And if you want to add the blue note, go right here. See, that's a blue note. Oh no, this is a blue note. Right here's a blue note too. Okay, that is the A minor, box 1, pentatonic. But if you take your pinky and you put it on that A, right? And you play that same scale, start there, okay? And then go to like this. Can you hear the difference? That is an A major. You're starting on the A, and you're playing box 1, but that's a major. Okay, minor, major. If you play the A major there, you come back over here. Then you're playing box 2 in the A major. And you switch it like this. You're back in the A minor. Back over to A major. Or A major. So, any box you can play minor or major. You guys that know more about guitars than I do, you probably know that. But that's why there's really a lot to learn about playing the pentatonic. And the modes isn't just an extension of the pentatonic because it adds extra notes. So you can solo fancier. I've been watching Kingfish. He's a heavy set black guy. If you guys haven't heard Kingfish or watched him, go watch a video of him playing. It's amazing how fast. I mean, the guy's a really heavy set, short and heavy set guy. His fingers are, no kidding, man, his fingers are real fat. So to see his fingers as fat as they are, moving the way he does, it's something to see. But I noticed, I've been watching him solo because I'm trying to learn how to solo better. And I've been watching him solo. And I catch him going, doing this a lot. Like, he'll go up here like this, and then hit this. Something like that. Something like that, see? But I see him throwing in some of the modes. When I see him soloing, he's using the modes. Just throwing that out there. I think that if you listen to like some type of like a classical music, there used to be a guy that came on here. I forgot his name right now, but he does classical music. And I'm sure that if you check into it, I'm sure in the classical music, they use the modes a lot. It just gives you an extra, I don't know, I guess, the word I'm thinking of is dynamic, but I don't know if that's a good word for that or not. Okay, guys, so we're going to go through the modes that we've done so far. This one here is the Ionian. And you call it the G Ionian because you're starting on the G. So that's like the box 5 in the low register. See how that's box 5, right? And then when you add these extra notes, and then this is box 1. Remember, if you're playing in box 1, then you go over here to B5. Okay, so anyways, over here, if you want to play the, I think it's let's see, Ionian, and then the other one, I think the next one is Dorian. It would be like that. And then your Phrygian. then let's take a look. I think the one after Phrygian is Lydian. Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay. So this one here is Lydian, and this would be box 4. Yeah. It's kind of tricky to look in there, look at that scale, and just see the ones that you're used to playing. That's kind of tricky to see that. Okay, and we're starting on 8. So 8, 10. 8, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 10. Let's see, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7, 10, 8, 7, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, 10, 8. 8, 10, 7, 9. Oh, I got it, 7, 9, 10. And, I was talking to a guy one day about playing the guitar. And I told him, we were just talking, guitar talk. And I said, there's some days where I just spend almost the whole day playing scales and playing modes. And he said, how do you do that? And I said, well, you have to learn the scales, and the modes, and you just practice them. And you practice them by just playing them all day. And he said, I don't think I'd ever do that. And I said, well, that's up to you, man. And I said, what's your favorite thing you like to do, man? Do you like to, because I never seen him play the guitar. We were just talking about it. And I said, do you like to play like chords? And he said, no, I play like just notes. And I said, you don't know chords? And he said, I have a real hard time with chords. So I just threw that out there. I said, well, you might want to work on chords. And he said, well, I've been playing the guitar for quite a few years, and I just play notes. And at that point, I said, well, you do what works for you. You do what works for you, and you play what you want to play. Because I could see that I wasn't going to get nowhere with that guy. One thing about playing the guitar, and I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick. We're almost on an hour. I'm sure every guitar player says, man, I wished I was better. I wished I was a better guitar player. Well, the one thing that I can tell you, and that I do know that I'm right about, is the way to get better is to practice. That's it. Other than taking lessons, right? I'm in an area where I don't really know anybody that I can take a lesson from. So to take a lesson, you have to get it like off of YouTube. The difference between work and fun. There you go, man. You got that right. But I do know that the more that you know about what you're doing, and the more that you practice, the better you're going to get. That's just simple math, right? But you can watch and get about any lesson you want off of YouTube. still got your guitar out, Mike? The one thing that I've been doing lately. Oh, let me get my Bluetooth hooked up here. One thing that I have been doing lately, which I know is good practice, is I just put on a song or a jam track, and I try to figure out what key the song is in. Whoa! Damn it. Mike, check out my old receiver. Check it out, man. It's an old Pioneer. And then I bought this little wire. It's like an adapter that you can hook onto the back. And then you can hook up your Bluetooth. Cause you know it didn't come with Bluetooth, right? It's an old stereo, man. Okay, let's see if we got some sound here. Let me. That's funny. I'm like, where's my iPad? Okay, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Let me connect to the internet real quick. Okay, we're not internet, but Bluetooth. Okay, we're connected. We're gonna do it like with the jam track. That way, so I do it with a jam track. YouTube don't mind that. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick a jam track without looking at it. Okay. Okay. So I have no idea what that is. Okay. Now we're gonna try to figure it out. All right, let's see. This is an A. Okay, let's see if A fits real good. Let's see what happens if you do a G. Oh, that's not it. So you can clearly tell it's not a G. It definitely sounds like an A. Let's try a D. Definitely matches. Okay, which one matches better, Mike? The D or the A? I'm pretty sure it's one of those. Oh, that's an E. Maybe it's not the A. Okay, let's try it. Let's go like this. Let's start with the A. E. What do you think, Mike? Have you found it yet? Could be a G. But the G right there don't sound right. It's an A. All right, guys. Want to do another one? Okay. I didn't look at it. It's good. It's really good practice, though. When you can figure out what key it's in, you know, that's good practice, man. You get up with somebody and they're playing, and you can find out what it is without them telling you, and you can just join in. So, that's not it. That fits pretty. That's not it. The G actually does fit pretty good. A, B. That's not the B. Are you with me, Mike? Sometimes I do it like this. Play some chords. I don't get that many that are in a C, but that it almost sounds like it. I guess I do get quite a few in a C. I think it's in a C. Yes, it's in a C. Or yes, you're here. I think it's in a C. Let's check it. Ah, it's in a G. God damn. No, it is a C. It is a C. Check it out. Uh-oh. I messed it up, dude. It is. It's in a C. It's in a C, but it's a C major. So, yeah, man. It's good practice to do that. Good practice. Okay, let's find another one. Okay, we're gonna just pick it. I got my eyes closed. Okay, I'm gonna shut the phone off so I can't see it. more volume. It's not there. It's not A major. Let's see if we're right. Ah, we were off. I was off, man. It was on the E. It was on the E, man. But I had the G sounded pretty good. Let me see. G, E, E, F, G. I was off 2 notes. Okay, it's on the E. So they're in the same scale. It just depends on which one you're using for the root note. anyways, it was good practice. Let's pick another one. Then we'll do. Well, I looked at it. Okay, let's pick another one. Okay. Once you look at it, man, you can't unsee it, right? Oh shit! I didn't see it though. Okay, I didn't see it. I bet my stupid lip on my tongue. I think when you have one like that slow, and that kind of, you know, like that sound is like would be like a minor sound. Okay? Let's check it out. Well, definitely in the A and the D area. Let's see what the E does. The G. Let's see what we got. Ah, A minor. Ah. I kind of was right at first, and then I changed my mind. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here for a minute. I got this video too long already. It's an hour and 15 minutes. Mike, you still with me? I found this little piece of rubber deal on the floor. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell it's to. I don't see anything coming off any of my pedals or anything. Anyways. At first I thought it was a mouse turd. And then I looked at it a little bit better and it's a piece of rubber. But now that I got the guitar all tuned up and I got it, I got some pretty heavy distortion going on. I'm gonna play a few songs. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Hey, Mike, take care, buddy. I'm gonna come on live every day for a while. So, I'll see y'all later. All right. Thanks for checking me out. Thanks for tuning in. Like always, I'm Robert. This is Guitar Journeys. I'm out, man. Peace out, everybody. Have fun. Keep playing with that guitar, Mike.